Most people who are mentally strong have no idea they are. They do not walk around feeling powerful. They do not feel unbreakable. Most of the time, they feel the opposite, exhausted, uncertain, and quietly wondering if they are handling life as well as everyone else seems to be. But that feeling, that quiet doubt, is actually one of the signs. In the next 6 minutes, I am going to show you 7 signs that prove you are mentally stronger than you think. Not because you never struggle, but because of how you struggle. Pay attention, because by the end of this video, you are going to see yourself very differently. Sign number 1. You feel your emotions deeply, but do not let them make your decisions. Weak people believe mental strength means not feeling anything. They confuse numbness with power. Real mental strength is the opposite. Mentally strong people feel everything: grief, fear, anger, doubt. They do not suppress it. They do not pretend it is not there. But they have developed the ability to feel an emotion fully without immediately acting on it. They can be furious and still respond calmly. They can be terrified and still move forward. They can be heartbroken and still function. This is not easy. It is one of the hardest psychological skills a human being can develop. And if you have it, even partially, you are stronger than you know. Sign number 2. You have walked away from things that no longer served you. Endings are psychologically painful. The human brain is wired to hold on, to relationships, to identities, to situations, even when they are clearly destructive. This is called the sunk cost fallacy. We stay because we have already invested so much. We stay because leaving feels like failure. We stay because the familiarity of pain is less frightening than the uncertainty of freedom. Mentally strong people override this wiring. If you have ended a toxic relationship, walked away from a dead-end path, or let go of a version of yourself that was holding you back, that took enormous psychological strength, even if it did not feel brave in the moment. Especially if it did not feel brave. Sign number 3. You can sit with uncertainty without falling apart. Most people are addicted to certainty. They need to know the outcome before they act. They need guarantees before they commit. And when life refuses to provide those guarantees, which it always does, they freeze, panic, or make impulsive decisions just to end the discomfort. Mentally strong people have developed tolerance for the unknown. They can say, "I do not know how this ends, and I am going to keep moving anyway." That sentence sounds simple. Living it is one of the most difficult things a human being can do. If you have done it, if you have kept going without knowing whether it would work out, that is real strength. Sign number 4. You do not need everyone to like you. The desire for social approval is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. It drove our survival for hundreds of thousands of years. Being rejected by the group meant death. That wiring still lives in your brain today, which means choosing your own path over social approval, setting a boundary someone dislikes, making a decision others judge, living in a way that not everyone understands, goes against a deeply embedded biological drive. Mentally strong people do it anyway. Not because they do not care about people, but because they have built an internal source of validation that does not collapse when external approval disappears. If you have ever done something you believed in, while people around you doubted it, you used mental strength, whether it felt like it or not. Sign number 5. You take responsibility without destroying yourself. There are 2 failure modes when things go wrong. The first is blame. Nothing is ever your fault. Every problem has an external cause. This feels protective, but it destroys your power, because if nothing is your fault, nothing is in your control. The second is self-destruction. Everything is your fault. Every mistake becomes evidence of your fundamental unworthiness. This feels like accountability, but it is actually another form of avoidance. Drowning in guilt, so you never have to face what actually needs to change. Mentally strong people do neither. They say, "I made a mistake. Here is what I can learn. Here is what I will do differently. And then they move. Clean accountability without self-punishment is extraordinarily rare. If you practice it, even imperfectly, you are ahead of almost everyone. Sign number 6. You have kept going after something broke you. Not setbacks, not inconveniences, real breaking points. The kind of loss, failure, or betrayal that makes you genuinely question whether you can continue. The kind that changes something permanent in how you see the world. Most people who have been through those moments do not recognize them as proof of strength. They remember how broken they felt. They remember the days they could barely function. They do not remember that they survived it, that they are here, that the thing that was supposed to end them did not. If you have been through something that should have destroyed you, and you are still here, that is not luck. That is one of the strongest things a human being can be. Sign number 7. You are still trying to grow. This one is the most overlooked. The fact that you are watching a video about psychology and the human mind, that you are seeking to understand yourself and the world more deeply, is itself a sign of mental strength. Comfortable people do not seek discomfort. Stagnant people do not look for growth. People who have given up do not search for understanding. The desire to know more, to become more, to understand the hidden forces shaping your life. Most people choose distraction over awareness every single time. You chose this. That matters more than you think. Mental strength is not about being unaffected. It is not about having no fear, no doubt, no pain. It is about what you do while you feel all of those things. And if you recognized yourself in any of these signs, even one, you are carrying more power than you have ever given yourself credit for. Subscribe to Mind Vault, because understanding your own mind is the beginning of everything.